Hello everyone, this is me Arzif and today we shall be discussing the topic for class 8th, which is resources. So this is a part of your geography portion. So let's get started that what are resources, how do we obtain resources, what are the kinds of resources. Okay, so first of all we all know that we have nature. So what is nature? Nature means environment. Okay, now everything that exists, whatever we see or we smell, everything that exists everywhere consists of the environment. This, you can say, this is a group which consists of everything. It's me, this phone, even all the plants, animals, microorganisms, non-living things, plastics, metals, etc. Okay, so this environment. Now this environment gives us some useful things. Okay, this environment gives us everything. Okay, most of the things we use from the environment. Now see, like you a few decades you can say centuries ago, when the humans were nomads means when they were living in forests, use the stone tools, means the prehistoric age. Okay, in that what they used to do, they used to pick up, they used to use all the things provided by the nature. Okay, they use them directly, but now when we have grown, we understood the importance of everything. Okay, what is our need, what may our increase in need. Okay, so that's all, we have converted some of these nature components into some useful goods. Okay, if we consider the equipments which we used earlier given by nature, we can let them be gifts of nature. Okay, let them be gifts of nature. Okay, now when we turn these gifts of nature according to our use, our benefits, our needs, then we call them as resources. Okay, so we understood this, that all the things which we get from environment are the gifts of nature, and when we convert these gifts of nature into useful material, these are known as resources. An exception here is that we do not convert all the gifts of nature. According to our use, whatever we think can be developed or can be changed, and if we change it, it will give us more fruitful result, then we convert those things into resources. Okay, so now what are the main priorities needed to change these gifts of nature into resources? So these gifts of nature can be changed into resources by two things. Two things play a vital role, means an important role, which is technology and time. And you know, these two things are interrelated. How? See, we are humans. All the development which is done in these gifts of nature is done by us. So technology is basically made by us. We have made everything which converts it into resources. Okay, time. By the change of time, our needs increase, our priorities increase, and of course we make changes in the technology. We increase the development of technology, which helps us to extract more and more gifts of nature and convert them into our own useful resources. Okay, so time is as well important as well as technology, because they are interdependent on each other. Time is the one when the, like suppose today we have electricity, but somewhere on this earth or in this universe there is something which we have not yet found. Okay, after a few decades, with the passage of time and with the development of technology, we will be able to find them also. Okay, so this might be clear to you all. Now we'll be talking that on what basis are the resources classified. So basically these resources are classified into three categories. What are these three? Natural, human made, and human. Now you might have understood that natural resources which we get directly from the nature, that's all. You might have understood with human made. that all those things which are made by humans, these are the resources. Okay, but what do we understand by this word human? Means we are, if we count in the, we are also resources, because we are the resources who convert these gifts of nature into resources. So somewhere we are also the resources now. So it is said in the category of all resources, human beings are the most important resources because they have the capability to change any gift of nature into resources. Okay. So today in this module we will be learning about natural resources, some part of natural resources, because natural resources are further divided into many parts. Okay. So let's discuss about it. Now natural resources. The resources which we obtain from the nature and we use them directly. Okay. So these are the natural resources. So natural resources are classified as it is classified into the basis of utility, occurrence, development, availability, and what? Origin. And the last one, renewability. Okay. On the basis of these 6 categories, these natural resources are divided. So among these we will study today development, availability, and renewability. These are the most easy ones. So we'll start with the easy one, development, availability, and renewability. Okay. So on the basis of development, these are not the names which I have written. These are the basis of. Okay, means on which basis have we divided these natural resources? Because we get natural resources on a very big scale. So on the basis of development, either they might be potential or they might be developed. What do we understand by this? Now let's clear it out. Development. What do we mean by development? Development means the growth, the changes that occur in any of the natural resources. So potential. Now these are the potential resources are the kind of natural resources whose total quantity and quality is not known by till date. Means earlier, if we talk about 2 or 3 decades ago, so the waterfall, the hydroelectricity, we were not aware about the technology that we may develop electricity with the water, with the waterfall, with the force of waterfall. Okay, so until we didn't knew the technology and about that how can we convert it that waterfall was a potential resource. Okay, but now if we talk about the current time, we know how to develop hydroelectricity from the harness of the waterfall. So now that all the natural resources among development vary from time to time. Okay, so now this waterfall is a developed resource, but still there are many potential resources, like we can dig down more than 2000 meters below the surface. So slowly with the passage of time and technology, we will be able to convert some of these potential into develop. So what do we understood? Potential resources are the resources whose total quantity and quality is not known by us. Whereas developed resources, their quality, quantity and their usage is known by us and we use them in our daily lives. Okay. Now when we talk about origin, on the basis of origin, we classify them into abiotic and biotic. Okay, we will discuss it very deeply because these are the most important parts of the natural resources. So abiotic and biotic, what do they mean? Biotic means all the living organisms which exist in this universe come in the category of biotic. Okay, whereas abiotic is a non-living component of the environment. All the non-living things, the things which are useful but they do not have life, come in the category of abiotic. Some factors like biotic can be reproduced, abiotic do not reproduce. For example, for biotic examples we can take like humans, plants, animals, birds, etc. Whereas abiotic, their examples are sun, water, air, land, soil, etc. Okay, so this was about the origin, and these are the most common because we have studied them in science, social studies, and we'll study them more deeply in the further classes when we'll be studying about biology as well. Now on the basis of availability, we divide these resources into ubiquitous and localized. Now what does this mean? The resources which are found everywhere, everywhere means the sunlight of the sun, the air, the land, the soil, which is found everywhere, water, it is found everywhere, come in the category of ubiquitous. The definition of it is, ubiquitous is the resources which are found everywhere are known as ubiquitous. It is the most simple resources, I think so. Whereas localized, from the word local only we understand it that they might be local or they might be found at only some places. For example, iron and gold, they are not found everywhere. They are found at some particular places. So the resources which are found at any particular place, any particular region, they are known as localized resources. So this was all for today. Tomorrow we'll be discussing the rest parts of the natural resources, whereas we'll finish out this chapter after completing human-made resources and human resources. Thank you.